1 week before Darlington, Denny Hamlin won at Las Vegas, led 134 laps, overcame a speeding penalty, held off 2 Hendrick Motorsports cars at the finish. His 61st career victory. Broke a tie with Kevin Harvick on the all-time wins list. He looked, and I mean this, unstoppable. 7 days later, the track he won at last year chewed him up and spat him out. The defending Darlington winner. The man who literally went on his own podcast and warned everyone that Darlington would be a wild card. He saw it coming. He told us it was coming, and it still destroyed him. That's the part I can't get over, and by the end of this video, you won't be able to either. Let me set this up properly, because the Darlington failure doesn't mean anything unless you understand what came right before it. After the 2025 championship, where Hamlin was 3 laps from his first Cup title before Kyle Larson ripped it away in overtime at Phoenix, he was broken. His own words. He told reporters months later that it took him weeks before he even wanted to get back in a race car. I knew it took a few weeks to feel like driving, he said. Over the last couple weeks, I definitely regained my love of it. Got refocused. This is a 45-year-old man with 61 wins and 0 championships. The sport's greatest active driver without a title. And losing Phoenix broke something in him. But then came 2026. And slowly, painfully, Hamlin started climbing back. The Daytona 500 was a disaster. 31st. Caused a 20-car pileup by tapping Justin Allgaier's bumper. 3-time Daytona 500 winner. 31st at his own race. But he kept going, kept grinding. And then Las Vegas happened. The Pennzoil 400. Hamlin gets hit with a speeding penalty at the first stage break, sent to the back, restarted 21st, and from 21st, he carved through the entire field like it was a Tuesday night practice session. Took the lead on lap 185. Led a race-high 134 laps. Held off Chase Elliott and William Byron. Won by half a second. His 61st victory. And after the race, he said something that honestly stopped me cold. He said, "My name stands out amongst, there's the legends of the sport. I feel very fortunate to be on the list. Those guys were far more talented than I have ever thought about being. I just work really hard. I still, to this day, work really hard at my craft to try to continue to get better." 61 wins. 45 years old, still trying to get better. That's the guy who showed up at Darlington. And here's where it gets eerie. Because Hamlin didn't just show up at Darlington blind. He told us, on his podcast, Actions Detrimental, which, by the way, might be the best podcast name in sports, Hamlin specifically warned that Darlington would be a wild card. He referenced the tire wear issues caused by the new underbody design and the Goodyear tires under the 2026 750 horsepower short track package. He said the cars would be harder to drive. He said the tires would degrade in ways teams weren't prepared for. He saw all of it, and he was right. About everything. Darlington was carnage. Kyle Larson, the defending champion, had a flat tire with 11 laps to go and finished 32nd. Joey Logano, a 3-time champion, finished 33rd, 3 laps down. Tyler Reddick's alternator died, and his team had to change the battery mid-race. Carson Hocevar started from the back and passed 18 cars in 40 laps just to finish 4th. The track ate everyone, exactly like Hamlin said it would. So what happened to the man who predicted the chaos? He became part of it. Sportskeeda's post-race analysis laid it out clearly. Hamlin entered the Goodyear 400 as the defending winner, riding the momentum of his Las Vegas win the week before. He started strong, stayed in contention for most of the early running. The Joe Gibbs Racing Toyota looked competitive. It looked like another Hamlin grinded-out day, another rally, another proof that the old man still has it. And then the tires happened. The exact tire degradation he'd warned about on his podcast. The rubber fell off. The car faded. And Hamlin, the man who'd predicted it, the man who'd won this race last year, the man coming off the most emotional victory of his 2026 season, couldn't do anything about it. He faded through the field. Not dramatically. Not in a wreck. Not with a blown tire like Larson. Just slowly, quietly. The way a candle goes out when the wax runs dry. Sportskeeda listed him among the biggest losers of the Goodyear 400, the defending winner. A loser at his own track. 1 week after looking like the best driver in NASCAR. That whiplash, Vegas to Darlington, hero to footnote, all in 7 days, is the most Denny Hamlin thing that has ever happened. Because this is what his career has always been. Moments of brilliance surrounded by moments that make you wonder what could have been. But here's the part of this story that honestly makes my head spin. And I haven't seen a single person bring this up yet. Denny Hamlin co-owns 23XI Racing with Michael Jordan. 23XI has 2 cars in the Cup Series. The number 45, driven by Tyler Reddick. The number 23, driven by Bubba Wallace. Tyler Reddick won the Goodyear 400 at Darlington, the same race where Hamlin faded. Reddick won it despite his alternator dying, despite needing a battery change, despite everything going wrong with his car. He still won. His 4th victory in 6 races. 353 points, running away with the championship. So let's sit with that for a second. Denny Hamlin, the driver, is chasing a championship he's never won. Denny Hamlin, the owner, is watching his own driver dominate the sport in a way that nobody else can touch. Chun and the team Hamlin built is producing the most dominant season in recent Cup Series history, and the man who built it can't keep up with it. He's 3rd in the standings, 94 points behind Reddick, the guy he hired, the guy he pays, the guy whose car has his name on the ownership papers. If Reddick wins the 2026 championship, which at this pace feels inevitable, Hamlin, the owner, gets a trophy. Hamlin, the driver, stays at 0, 61 wins, 0 titles, and his own team's car in victory lane while he watches from the garage. There is no crueler irony in all of professional sports right now. None. Now, before everyone in the comments says I'm burying Hamlin, let me show you the other side, because the numbers after Martinsville actually tell a different story. Hamlin is 3rd, 259 points, 1 win, after 7 races. Remember what he said before the season? That you need to be in the top 3 in regular season points to have a realistic title shot. He's in the top 3. He said the thing, and he's living it. Ryan Blaney is 2nd at 271, just 12 points ahead. Chase Elliott is 4th at 249, 10 points behind Hamlin. The gap from 3rd to 4th is tighter than the gap from 2nd to 3rd. Hamlin is right there. The problem? Reddick, 353, 4 wins. 94 points ahead of Hamlin. And under the new chase format, the regular season champion gets a 25-point cushion at the reset. If Reddick keeps this pace, and there's no sign he's slowing down, he'll start the chase with a lead that might be impossible to overcome. Hamlin would need to be nearly perfect for 10 straight postseason races to close that gap. And as Darlington showed, perfect isn't a word that applies to any driver at every track. But 20 regular season races remain. Hamlin has historically strong tracks coming. And the man just proved at Las Vegas that when the car is right, nobody in the field can touch him. The question has never been about talent. It's always been about whether the universe lets Denny Hamlin finish what he starts. So here's what I keep coming back to. Denny Hamlin went on his podcast. He told the world Darlington would be a wild card. He described the tire problems. He explained why the new package would make the race unpredictable. He saw every single thing that was about to happen. And then he walked into that track, and it happened to him anyway. That's not bad luck. That's not a lack of preparation. That's the cruelty of this sport at its most honest. You can see the problem. You can name the problem. You can warn everyone about the problem. And the problem can still swallow you whole. Because at 170 miles per hour, on a track that doesn't forgive, knowing isn't the same as surviving. 61 wins. 0 championships. 3rd in the standings. His own driver running away with the title. And a podcast prediction that aged like a prophecy he couldn't escape. Does Hamlin catch Reddick? Or is this another chapter in the most heartbreaking career in NASCAR? Tell me. Comments. Now. Like. Subscribe. See you tomorrow.